Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Emmy and we are playing Sunlit Valley. Today I want to tackle some more quests and maybe try to start finishing out some categories. A few I wanted to get sorted today were inviting our banker to the valley, setting up our bounty board, as well as getting a backpack. So let's get started. Let's head over to Ace to buy our banker invitation. Oh, it looks like we actually can't buy the banker yet. So I'm gonna need to figure that one out. But instead, let's set up our bounty board. Luckily, I have all of the materials to craft it. Now we just need to find a place to put it, and of course it's raining. And it looks like I'm having some texture issues. Gotta love it. Anyways, I think having this be placed near the other villagers in like the town area would be nice, because if we're doing, tasks, it's just convenient. It seems like we have to add this decree to get the bounties, and they all are looking fishing related, so maybe we'll be able to add our fisher to the valley soon. Upon further investigation, I need to buy the market to unlock the banker, so let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, okay, it looks like we got a few goodies along with the blueprint, so we'll definitely have to look at those later. All right, let's see this market. And oh my, it is huge. It seems like I'm going to have a bit of terrain clearing once we find the perfect spot. I think I like it around this area, so I'm gonna get to cleaning up this area and I'll see you when it is done. Okay, you guys, it is finally time to place down our market. It looks like these corrupted textures are just going to be staying with us for this video, and let's just hope they will go away for the next one. I tried fixing it, but it is what it is. Alright, so now let's add our new villager to the valley. Hey Strawberry, I'm Leon. I was sent here to manage the local farmers market. Okay, hey Leon. I'll be making sure you have some seeds and some basic farming supplies. In return, some of your produce will be sent here for the other villagers. Please don't be like all the other farmers that wake up at 6 a.m. Okay, we look like we have a little bit of sass going on, but this interior is adorable. I love the way that the mod has been making these houses look. Like, I can't get over it. Anyways, let's go see what Leon is selling us. It's deathly quiet out here in the wilderness. Going to take me some time to get used to. Alright, it looks like he's selling some seeds. Ooh, and a backpack, which we need for a quest. But we are a bit poor. So I think that means we can actually start farming crops, that is, to get some more money. But before we do that, I want to go get our banker stationed up in the community, because that's why we got the market in the first place. So let's head on over back to Ace so we can get that invitation and blueprint. Okay, cool. We unlocked a few more things that we can buy from him. But we are here for our banker, so let's get that invitation. Alright, this looks like another large build, and I'm kind of thinking of maybe putting it over out of the way, but still like within the community. And of course, we'll connect with our paths. And this is going to once again require me to clear out a bunch of trees and dirt. So I'll meet you guys after I do that. Oh, hey, little crab. He wants to see the grand opening, I guess. But now it is time to build this thing. Of course, there's a ton of corrupted textures, because why wouldn't there be? But this interior is so cool. I love the color scheme. And these buildings are really helping me come up with ideas for my house, especially because I wouldn't have realized half of these blocks were even in the game. Now we get to place down our villager, and we have Caroline. Let's see what she has to say to us. My name is Caroline, and I am the one who's been financing this settlement since before you arrived. Okay, Queen. You've been carelessly building up everyone's stock, and I need to keep a closer watch of things here. I have some things for sale that will help you manage your money better. Now please leave me be while I tidy up this dump. I will contact you if I need anything. I hope you're not slacking off when so many people here are depending on you. Okay, it looks like she has some pretty high value items, but I am done with this attitude. I don't understand it. Her and Leon would get along great. Moving on, I think we might as well get our fisher villager set up here in the valley, and hopefully they won't be as rude as the previous two. Of course, I want to put them near the water. I mean, they're a fisher, come on. And I definitely like this area, but it looks like I messed up the shape of the build by rotating it, so I don't really know how to fix that. We're just gonna go with it for right now. Maybe down the line we can get a new blueprint somehow, or we can just rebuild the house. I'm not really a big fan of the color palette or block palette they used anyway, so to me it's not that big of a deal. But let's get to actually building it and putting our villager here. Oh my god, she's so cute. Hello, my name is Haruna. I'm looking to carve out a new home for myself in your town. I can get you started with learning how to fish. It's slow work that requires lots of patience. These waters aren't as fresh as the ones in my homeland, but I can make do with them for now. Okay, cool. There is a sadness and loneliness. Oh, so she's a little sad. That's okay, but she of course sells a ton of fishing stuff. I am not going to focus on this in this episode. I just kind of wanted to have her here with us. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, or at least I've been waiting for, is to actually start our farm. In the long run, I definitely want to use this area for like our main farm, but now I think I'm just going to go over here for our crops, and it's not going to be the most prettiest thing, but it's going to be something, okay? I also want to test out our selling bin just to see like how this works and what we can and can't sell, and what would happen if we put something that can't be sold in here. Like, do they just take it and not give me anything, or do they just like leave it in here? So I'm interested to know how this works. I already have a watering can from completing one of the previous tasks, and I'm pretty sure our crops don't actually need like a water source as long as we water them daily. I also have some seeds, but not a ton, so let's head over to Leon and buy some from him. Oops, it looks like I may or may not have been bulk ordering seeds this whole time. At least we'll be able to get more money and we won't be bored. Okay, now for the fun part, guys. You have no idea how excited this is. I love like mindless things like this. So let's get to planting our crops. I want to start with the onions just so we can get a little bit of a hang of it and we can plant more tomorrow. The watering is just a tad bit annoying, but I think over time we can upgrade our tools and move on to sprinklers as we advance. I think I might actually try to upgrade our watering can because it looks like we just upgrade it like we would any other tool with an iron upgrade template and a piece of iron. So let's go to bed for the night and rest up for the day ahead of us. Oh my gosh, wait, we made some money. All right, let's go see how this works. It looks like they gave us our money in the shipping bin and just left whatever could not be sold in the bin, which is really good to know. Okay, we can finally upgrade our watering can. And it looks like if we shift hold, we can water 3 blocks at once. It's a little bit annoying mechanically because it's just like not something I'm used to doing in Minecraft, but I'll get used to it, and I'd rather this than doing it one by one. I think I'm gonna clear out this little area over here so we can plant some more seeds. And it looks like we can finally do something with these holly berries that have been driving me insane. So let's get to expanding our farm. I think I'm going to start over here right now, and then we'll move over to this area afterward. I am not looking forward to watering these every day, but you gotta do what you gotta do. She is a little ugly, but like I said, I don't really plan on doing anything crazy this episode in terms of looks for the farm. It's more of just getting the hang of it and that kind of deal. Over here, I'm gonna plant some more crops, including tomatoes, and if it's anything like Stardew, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that these will regrow after a few days and they're not just like a one-time crop, if that makes any sense. The next thing that I want to do is build a simple little well just for some more convenience, because if we're having our crops over here, it'll be nicer to not have to run back and forth to like the ocean lake thing. So here's a little like sped up time lapse of that. My next order of business is going to be connecting and just making these paths look a little bit nicer. I want to connect the paths up to pretty much all the buildings. I don't know if I'm going to do the fishing one today. I might do that some other time, especially if I'm going to change the way it looks. I think I'm going to just mix in a few blocks from the terrain around just so it's a little bit more natural. And I'm gonna just do a lot of this off camera because I don't want to bore you guys. So we'll get on to the next thing afterwards, but I want to let you know in case things just like were randomly different looking. I am finally going to sleep after a long day of work, and I think that we can actually harvest at least one batch of our crops today. We might have to wait a few more days for some of the other ones. But guys, this is like monumental. It is our first harvest. And it looks like I unlocked a skill eating this vegetable sandwich. So who knows what that's about? Or maybe I just unlocked XP for it. I don't know. But look at these onions. And we're getting XP from them. And it's good to know that a hoe just breaks a lot of stuff, so we have to be careful with that because I think I accidentally broke some seeds for the turnips, but it's okay. But now we can go ahead and sell our onions. And it does look like we have to wait at least another day for some more of our crops, but let's go ahead and just water these again and hope that we can harvest some more tomorrow. Now I'm gonna go ahead back to our path and just add some blocks like I mentioned earlier, just to kind of make it look a little bit more natural within the area. Down the line, I'm definitely going to make these look a little bit nicer, but once again, it's just more for accessibility. I finally finished the pathway for, at least for now, but I want to add this hanging plant in here, and I ended up just adding the glowberries. But let's go to bed because I want to see what we make for profit tomorrow. And we made $420 or coins. Let's go add these to our little bank, which is so convenient, by the way. And our tomatoes are ready, so let's go and harvest those. And it looks like they will regrow, so I'm very happy about that. But now we have a ton of tomatoes. We have some more onions ready to harvest as well, and I did just end up using my hoe to get them, and a strawberry. So I mean, it's perfect. We still have a few more days left on our flax and turnips, but I'm gonna just sell what we have for now. And it looks like we have certain star qualities alike in Stardew, so if they have a higher star rating, then we're going to get more money. But look at all of these crops that we have to sell today. And we also got a rotten tomato. Luckily, we can sell those. For some reason, I can't plant potatoes like this. My guess is that it's not like a potato seed, so they don't let you. I don't know. But I'm just going to plant these strawberries instead, as well as planting some more onions because we just have a ton of them. And we have to start the long process of watering everything, but we'll get it done. I decided that I want to head over to the market and look at our progress for the backpack and get some new seeds. Okay, it turns out that there are potato seeds and that's why we couldn't plant the potatoes, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy some and hope I don't bulk buy. I think I was just holding down shift buying these, which is why they stacked like the way they did when I first bought seeds from him. We are still a little bit short for a backpack, but I did go ahead and get the Farmer's Almanac, or almanac, I honestly don't know how to pronounce this word, to see if it will have any helpful tips for us later down the road. But I don't think we're going to be able to make enough money in this episode to get a backpack, unfortunately. But Leon does sell tree saplings, so maybe another day we will get one of those, or maybe for a different season if they take a while to grow. And it looks like we actually have one more villager to invite, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. And I think she does the like farmsteading with animals, so that will be very fun to get into, but I'm not worried about that right now. Although we didn't get a backpack this episode, we will for sure get it in the next one, and I am still very happy with our first harvest, and we were very productive as well, adding in a bunch of new villagers as well as sorting out some pathways. Hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!